route with your KLEK 102.5 forecast. Partly to mostly sunny today, near 90, a northeast wind 5 to 10. Partly cloudy tonight, 65 to 70 for the low. A 30-40% coverage of showers and thunderstorms Friday and Saturday. A blend of sun and clouds each day, and the high 85 to 90. More showers and thunderstorms Sunday into Memorial Day. We'll keep you updated. Jonesboro, that's your KLEK 102.5 FM weather.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. North Korea has exploded tunnels at its nuclear test sites, according to South Korea's news agency. International investigators say the missile, which brought down Malaysia Airlines flight MH17 over Ukraine in 2014, belonged to a Russian brigade. American President Donald Trump's considering imposing tariffs on cars imported into the US, and the Indian town of Tuticorin remains tense after 2 civilians were killed in police firing, taking the total death toll to 12.
It's 9:01.
Community Conversations is brought to you by Arkansas Early Learning, offering no-cost childcare in Jonesboro and Northeast Arkansas. Applications at arearlylearning.org.
Arkansas Early Learning is a nonprofit organization.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
KLEK 102.5 FM, good morning to you on your Thursday. It's May 24th, 2018. This is Community Conversations. Kato Wonder is in the studio with you, but hopefully not too much longer. Want to give a quick update on Quabila. Quabila is out of the hospital, and she is on track to return on Tuesday, and I will certainly be happy to give this chair back to her. And thank you to each and every one of you that has prayed for her and sent her well wishes and came to visit her. Joining us today, we have a very special guest, one of Quabila's best friends and one of her favorite guests. And this is actually...
That's so sweet.
Well, I mean, you all have a great chemistry when you're all on the program. We have Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Public Library, and Brandi is here to talk about all of the great things going on this summer in the public library. She handed me a flyer, and it's just chock full of stuff. I mean, we could just, in fact, we're just going to dive in. So, Brandi, what out of all the stuff on here, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, we might as well start at the beginning. I'm really looking forward to our summer kickoff party because we've never done it before. We're trying something new this year. We usually just dive right into summer and get people to start signing up for summer reading club. And not that it's not anything special, it is. But this year, the theme is Libraries Rock. Every year there's a theme for summer. And some people may not think libraries rock, but we do. We rock pretty good. So.
Well, yeah, because, most of the time when people think of library, they just only think, oh, it's a quiet place. You check out a book, you may to take it home, or... you may sit and read in the library, or you may just, sit on the computer if you need to do a resume. But no, you all got a lot more going on.
We do far more active programs in the library that I think people realize. We have weekly exercise classes. We have quarterly painting classes. We just try to make ourselves stay as relevant and as necessary in the community as we can. So we're really trying to do some things different this summer to increase. We already have great attendance for our summer programs, but there's always room for more people. So we're trying to increase our numbers. So one thing we've done differently this year is we are mailing out our summer brochures. So our summer brochure is blue, and it says...
I'll hold it up in front of me.
Hold it in front.
Here. See, there you go.
So it says Summer Guide 2018 on it. It is going to be coming in your mailbox this year. So watch for it. I don't know if it'll be in with the bills or in with the junk mail, but it will be in your mailbox in the next few days.
Some people may ignore it.
We don't want you to. It's blue. You can't miss it. It says Summer Guide on the front, and it's got a big yellow slide. And Summer Guide is like floaties in a swimming pool.
Is the slide going to be at the library?
I wish,
Quabila says, "Hey y'all." Of course, she would be knitting.
I am.
What are you knitting
well,
on?
I have 2 different friends having babies this summer, and so I am involved in the baby blanket business right now.
Well, that's great. So getting back to the
yes.
to the summer kickoff.
So we're so excited about it. The summer kickoff is from 10 until 2 on Saturday, June 2nd. It is going to be a little bit of everything for everyone. It's not just a kids event. It's going to have teen events, and it's going to have adult events as well. For kids, we're going to have a full schedule of events. You can go to our website, libraryinjonesboro.org, to see our full list of times and events. But we're going to have face painting. We're going to have rock painting. We're going to have a craft session, bubbles and chalk. We're going to have an hour of STEAM time, which is science, technology, engineering, math, and art. So we're going to have that going on. And then teens are going to get to have a henna tattoo hour. We're also going to have some sign-ups for Summer Reading Club going on. This year, Summer Reading Club is being done in an entirely different way. It's the year of new stuff.
So what are the changes that are coming?
So usually in the past, it has been some online sign-ups, just via our website, and then some paper sign-ups, and then we've moved to all online sign-ups, but you still played a paper game and turned it in. This year we're using a new program called Beanstack, and everything is done online. They will register online, they will play all their games online, and say you don't have access to the internet or a computer, we have free internet and computer usage at the library. So
you got that Wi-Fi hotspot.
You can. At the library, it's called, fittingly, it's called Library. So Library.
Say that 10 times fast.
It's our just library Wi-Fi. So just stop by the library, use one of our computers. We have all new glass study rooms in the front of the building. You can use, there's 8 of them. You can use one of those if you need some privacy to sit down. But anybody can get on our Wi-Fi as long as you're in the range of our building. So we encourage you to come. If you don't, we understand not everyone has a computer at home. Not everyone has internet at home. But stop by the library and you can play your game there. But you will play the games, you will win your prizes, all via Beanstack. And what's great about June 2nd, our kickoff event, we'll be there to explain it all to you.
Okay, and you mentioned prizes. What are some of the prizes that you all are offering?
So we will have little weekly prizes. I haven't seen the trove of what the prizes are yet, but usually it's books and different little games and things like that. Just fun things for the kiddos to get. But the big prizes, if kids finish the Summer Reading Club program, which there are different badges you have to earn within this program Beanstack in order to finish. When you finish, the first 350 kids will get a free t-shirt. The t-shirt this year says Ida the Hedgehog Rocks.
Is that the one that you got on right now?
This is a different one, so we're actually going to have 2 hedgehog t-shirts. This one is still at the printers, but anyone could go to our Facebook page. It's facebook.com/ccjpl, and I have the picture that is going to be on the t-shirt on our Facebook page. So you can click on over there and see what the t-shirt looks like, but it says in big block letters, Ida the Hedgehog Rocks, and then it's got Ida playing a guitar. So if you haven't met Ida, she is our resident hedgehog who lives in the children's library. So we like to...
And this is a real hedgehog?
She's real, and she is nocturnal. Hedgehogs are nocturnal, so she's not super active in the day, but I have a great video that one of our librarians sent me of this is what Ida does at night, and she's just running around. So proof that she is active sometimes. So if you've never met Ida, June 2nd, our huge kickoff party, the perfect opportunity to stop by the library and meet Ida. In addition to all the fun things we're going to have going on, including for adults, a ukulele table. We'll just have different ukuleles laid out that people could come and see. We have a 3D printer that has not been unveiled yet, so we'll be doing some 3D printer demonstrations on June 2nd as well. And then we also, for those who have seen the 1980s Tom Hanks movie Big, where he played the big floor piano, we have a floor piano that we'll have available for people to play on June 2nd. So it's sounding better and better, isn't it?
Well, like I said earlier, it's a lot of stuff on there. I mean, I'm just looking at this flyer. We could just...
Tons and tons.
We could go all over the place.
Finishing June 2nd, we're going to have more media there doing a live radio remote. We'll have the Polar Roller from EAB will be there with ice cream, and then First Community Bank is bringing out their grill, and we will have hot dogs. So
there you go. You're going to get ice cream. You're going to get food. There's going to be other radio stations going to be there. So definitely going to be a great program all throughout the summer.
And speaking of music, every Tuesday night in June, we have a free concert series on our front lawn of the library starting at 6:30 every Tuesday, June 5th, 12th, 19th, and 28th. We'll have a live concert on the front lawn.
Who you are going to have performing?
So we will kick off the concert series with, I'm going to have to cheat just a second.
Hey, it's all good because you got so much on there.
We do.
While you're doing that, a couple Facebook shots. Of course, Quabila is joining us on our live feed. We also have S.L. Robinson. Appreciate you for checking in on our live feed. We're talking with Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Library. She's talking about all of the events going on this summer. And S.L. Robinson said they always have a good summer program, especially for the kids. Well, thank you. I'm sure that you will have your kids out there. Of course, we encourage everyone who is listening or watching on our live feed to bring your kids, bring yourselves, because, again, I'm just going to kind of read the categories they got. They've got family, school-age kids, tweens, and said teens, but tweens, and that's completed 4th through 6th grade. They've got teens, and they got adults. So let's kind of go to the adults just for a quick second, because, we always talk about the kids.
Yeah, we got to, that's the thing we always point out. Summer is not just for kids.
And like looking on here, I'm just going to read off a couple of things, and then you can kind of jump in on which ones you want to highlight. But they got weekly music trivia, weekly bingo, and you mentioned the ukulele, baseball stadium journey. Oh, with Dr. Shane Hunt for talking about his book Round Trip. We had him on earlier a while back talking about that. Music trivia night, tabletop gaming, henna tattoos, which you mentioned, painting, jam session, natural dyes, genealogy night, and I think everyone's favorite, karaoke.
We have lots of great things. The natural dyes class is something that we've been kind of excited about because it's just something different. As a knitter, I like yarn, of course.
Are you going to be teaching any knitting?
I do teach knitting every Thursday at noon, and that continues during the summer. But this natural dyes class, they're using different things found in nature. The individual teaching the class, Miss Sarah Stewart from our Information Services Department, she has been testing different things, different herbs and different spices and different, just all sorts of different flowers to get different colors. And so she's going to teach how to dye things naturally. And that karaoke night, we've not done karaoke since I've been there in my nearly 7 years, and so I'm excited about it.
Have you been practicing?
I don't sing in public. People ask me not to.
It can't be that bad, can it?
Oh, yeah, it is. But genealogy night, hands down, is one of our most attended events for adults we have every year, and it is for all ages. You don't have to really even be an adult. We have some parents who will bring their children with them. It is a 6 until midnight event, so a lot of the kiddos will be in bed by the time this event really gets rolling. But the theme this year is it's all relative. Because when you're looking up your family history, it's all relative.
And plus, you never know what you may find.
You never know
who you may be related to.
I went down that rabbit hole this past February, just because I always talk about genealogy night, yet I had never done any research.
What did you find?
So what I found most interesting were the names of the family members. I didn't know anything about my family history other than, my great-grandparents' names. But I have a great uncle Ambrose. Mm-hmm. I'd not heard that name before. And then several of my family members, and I know this is common, but they had the exact same name, but it was Armistead. And it was, the sons and the grandsons, and they were all named the same thing for a while. So, you find out things, but you never know who you might be related to. You never know, you could have a friend or a coworker, and then you do a little research, and you're like, yeah, we're cousins, so you never know. But that genealogy night lock-in is always a lot of fun. We have a guest speaker come in, and if you stay until midnight, you get a free t-shirt.
Hey, well, that's awesome. Getting into our Facebook shout-outs, S.L. Robinson says, ooh, henna tattoos. And Kabila says, I don't sing in public either. So, okay, so you're not alone.
We can do that together. We'll just sit there and watch.
Y'all can sing. Y'all can lip sync.
And we can hum along.
Yeah, y'all can hum. Y'all can lip sync.
I can lip sync.
There you go.
Pretending.
Yeah, y'all can come up with a name for y'all's group.
Yeah, but these henna tattoos, it may not seem like a huge deal, but every year we do henna tattoos for teens, and every year we have adults show up wanting to get one, and we have to turn them away because they're not a teenager. So we are doing henna tattoos for adults. It's actually all going to be on the same day. So we'll do henna tattoos for teens on June 27th, and then we'll have our adult event a couple hours after the teen event starts. So it'll just, one will flow into the other, but they will have the separate times for the different age groups. But yeah, adults, lots of fun things going on. A lot of these classes you do have to pre-register for. So the learn the ukulele class, the henna, I don't believe henna tattoos, but the painting class and the natural dyes class are all pre-registration class. For pre-registration, you will need to stop by the library. We're located at 315 West Oak Avenue, or come call the library at 870-935-5133 and make sure you speak to someone in information services.
Okay, and looking at a couple of these other things for adults, like the music trivia and the bingo.
Well, bingo is something we do once a month usually, and it is a very, very popular program. But for the summer, we're going to do it every week. So every week in the round room, if you're not familiar with the library, the round room is near the children's library on the right. You'll come in and take a seat. We'll hand out the different bingo cards. You get a certain number of bingo cards. You can play them all at once, or you can play a card per round. It's up to you, but you only get so many cards. And then there are prizes at the end of each round, and then a grand prize at the end for all of the bingo days. And so it's a program that's not really hard to do, but is very popular. And then we do weekly trivia. It's a passive program. We have it a box setting on the information services desk. You can't miss it. It's in the library in the center. When you walk in, it's got a big blue banner around the top that says information services. And you just come, and there'll be a question, and you just write down what you think the answer is and put it in, and then we'll draw out, and someone who has the correct answer will win.
Well, it definitely sounds like a fun experience. And like I said, lots of things on here for people of all ages. Let's look over here at the family section. I'm seeing Lap Sit Story Time. You was kind of talking about that before we came on the air.
Yeah. Lap Sit is for babies up to 2 years old. You often have folks that will ask, when can their child get a library card? Because some libraries may say, well, they have to be this age. Ours is whenever the parent feels comfortable with their child having a library card. So if you have a brand new 3-month-old baby, but you want to have a library card in their name, you can come and sign them up for one.
What about a newborn?
Newborn, whatever age they are. If you want to get them signed up for a library card, you can do that. And what's extra fun about the library now is in the past month or two, we have added self-checkout machines. So now if you've got one child, no children, one child, 5 children, it's easy to check yourself out at the self-checkout machines. It's just something new that we added to make it more convenient for people. But Lap Sit Story Times is for babies up to 2 years old. It's held every Thursday at 10 and every Friday at 9:30, starting on June 14th and running through July 27th. I once asked our children's librarians, why do we do it at 2 different times? And they said, we have to accommodate nap times, which makes total sense. So we have those 2 different times. So if babies are on a earlier nap schedule, maybe they can come to the later one, and vice versa. So then we have family story time.
Tell us about that.
So family story time is for all ages. So if you have the babies, but you also have some older kids, family story time will be perfect for you. And if you just have school age kids, children of any age, we encourage you, bring them to family story time. We have it Mondays at 6, Tuesdays at 10, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11. So all of these things, I know I'm kind of going through a lot.
Well, it's really a lot on here. I mean, if you, I'm going to hold it up again for the people watching on the live feed. But I mean, yeah, all of this right here that you see is here. And of course, if you live here in Craighead County, you probably will be getting one of these in the mail. So be on the lookout for it.
And it's all on our website. So
give it that website again.
www.libraryinjonesboro.org. Also, our Facebook page is facebook.com/ccjpl. I have actually created events on our Facebook page where you can go and click that you're interested or that you're going, and then get reminders. My biggest problem about things sometimes is I forget to go.
Well, I can understand that with all of the things. There's so much to keep up with. It might slip by you, and you work there.
And I work there. So for school-age kids, we like to do some fun things to keep them engaged during the summer. That's one of the main things that teachers and even parents have mentioned to us. If kids aren't engaged in some sort of reading activity in the summer, they can lose where they were at the end of the school year and revert at the beginning of the next school year. And so that's why Summer Reading Club is so important. It's not just games. It's not just winning prizes. You know, kids who do finish get that free t-shirt. They also get a book to take home, and they get a book that will have a nameplate with their name in it that will stay in the children's library. But in addition to getting to have prizes, getting to have your name in the book, you get that throughout the summer literacy help, which encouraging kids to read is something that's our business all year, but in the summer it's so important to not have that slip back.
Now you mentioned about literacy and making sure that kids don't fall behind. Is there any tutoring or anything offered to help kids, retain those skills that they learn throughout the school year?
That's what summer reading is really about. We do reading programs. We encourage them. They have to read books. They have to write book reviews in order to get those badges.
What about in other subjects like math and science, history?
We don't offer anything like that. As you can see on our calendar, there's not really a place where we would be able to do it. Mm-hmm. We stay really busy during the school year. However, we do offer homework help. It's not tutoring, but it is assistance. It's group assistance that we offer during the regular school year.
Okay, well, that's certainly great. Of course, we are speaking with Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Public Library, talking about all of the great things going on this summer, talking about the Summer Guide 2018. Lots of stuff going on all throughout the summer. I'm going to get ready to go to break, but when we come back from break, we're going to talk about more of the things going on at the Craighead County Public Library. Don't go anywhere. This is KLEK 102.5 FM.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
What's in a true apology? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. From cheaters and domestic violence to red-handed corporate executives and red-faced politicians, we hear apologies galore. But does simply saying, I'm sorry, mean they've taken responsibility for their mistakes? No. Sometimes it just means they're sorry they got caught. There are 4 steps toward a true apology. First, acknowledge what you've done wrong. Second, grieve that wrong. Third, ask for forgiveness. And fourth, take action to ensure that it will not happen again. It's less about lip service and more about a change of heart and a change of behavior. For more on true apologies, visit my blog at markmerrill.com. Remember, your family first.
Want to connect with Mark on Facebook? You can at facebook.com/Mark Merrill.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA1908.com.
Family Minute is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
KLEK 102.5 FM will host our first annual Juneteenth celebration, Saturday, June 16th, starting at 10 a.m. at University Heights Lions Club Park by Success School in North Jonesboro. There will be speakers providing educational information, performances by local dance teams, poets, and musicians, along with food, bounce houses, and games for the whole family to enjoy. We would love for the community as a whole to be a part of this celebration. If you would like to be a part of our Juneteenth celebration, visit our website, klekfm.org, or call us at 870-203-9951. The KLEK Juneteenth celebration is sponsored by St. Bernard's, the Multicultural Center of Arkansas State University, Bancorp South, Jonesboro Police Department DARE, and Spacewalk of Jonesboro.
KLEK thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
Hello, I'm Officer Jonathan Hagens of the Jonesboro Police Department. One of the best decisions I ever made was to join the Jonesboro Police Department. Since joining, I've had the pleasure to give back, protect, and serve my community. Now I want to let you know about that same opportunity. The Jonesboro Police Department will conduct testing for the patrol officers at the Valley View High School. Applications are available online at jonesboropolice.com. The Jonesboro Police Department offers a competitive salary, health, and retirement benefits, top-of-the-line training, and most importantly, the chance to make a difference in the Jonesboro community. Join me in making Jonesboro a better place. The Jonesboro Police Department is an equal opportunity employer, and women and minorities are especially encouraged to apply. More information, 870-935-5657.
Applications are being accepted. Applications are available at jonesboropolice.com.
The Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated was established on June 28, 1997 by 13 dynamic women who accepted the challenge and honor of chartering the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter. Today, the chapter continues to impact the Jonesboro community by sponsoring programs such as the Sonia D. Williams Scholarship Breakfast, Back to School Bash, Disaster Preparedness, Delta Academy, Empower African Girls, and Autism Awareness. Our focus correlates with the national theme, uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. Our chapter supports Delta's 5-point programmatic thrusts: economic development, educational development, international awareness and involvement, physical and mental health, and political awareness and involvement. More information about the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated is available at www.jonesboroalumnidst.org or via email jonesboroalumni@live.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
And we're back on Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM with our guest, Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Public Library, talking about summer 2018, all of the events of the public library. And there's so many events on this list. And of course, you can go on their website. Or what's that website?
It's libraryinjonesboro.org. And I didn't get to finish talking about the summer concerts because I couldn't remember things.
Okay, well, let's talk about it.
Starting on June 5th, we will have our summer concert series. It's sponsored by Andy's Frozen Custard, who will bring free cups of frozen custard. And Nuke's Eatery will bring iced tea out. This year, since our theme is Libraries Rock, I ordered these really awesome color-changing cups for the kids to get their tea in. And I also have bottled water throughout the yard. We encourage people, bring your lawn chairs, bring a blanket. A lot of families will bring a picnic dinner with them because it is at 6:30 in the evening, so it is sort of dinner time for a lot of folks. But our summer concert series will feature Electric Voodoo Explosion for our first concert on June 5th. Then
that sounds like an interesting name for a band.
They are wonderful. They go by Eve, EVE, which represents the letters of their band name, but they play like some awesome late 80s, early 90s music. It's just my coworker Miss Latanya and I heard them and we were like, we needed to go talk to them because they're so good. But they are wonderful. This is our first time having them for the summer concerts. Vicki McGee is coming back to play our concert series on June 12th. Then we have the Fullness of Joy Singers. They're going to be there on June 19th. And I have been speaking with their representative quite a bit, and they're excited. We're excited. And then the Common Time Quartet, which is a jazz band, are going to be playing our last concert. And so we try to bring in bands of all sorts of different genres to really have something for everyone. And you never know. You may come to one of the concerts, you didn't think you were, really maybe into that kind of music, and find that it's your favorite one.
And what part of the library do they have the concerts at?
We are on the front lawn, so you can't miss it. We take up pretty much all of the Oak Avenue side. Last year, the lowest attended concert was about 450, and the biggest was 752.
Okay, so do they have people tailgating out there?
We will have folks, we start at 6:30. We will put all the chairs we have out on the front lawn, and we'll have people show up about 5 o'clock for that 6:30 concert to make sure they get a good seat. But we do have the free products from our sponsors, but we do have a ticket system because it's one per person. So we'll have people that will start lining up at 5:30, and it's like, we understand, we appreciate it, and then they stand in line for about an hour before we start handing out the tickets for the free products. So we're so appreciative of our sponsors who help make these concerts possible. Speaking of sponsors, I also want to thank our Summer Reading Club sponsors. We have the Friends of the Library, as well as the Children's Clinic, the Jonesboro School of Art, the Envision Eye Care Center, Quarter Consulting, and PJ's Home Improvement and Repair Services. They make it possible for these 350 kids to take home that t-shirt.
Oh, that's awesome, and definitely it's good that those sponsors are there for you. We're speaking with Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Public Library, talking about all of these summer events. Going into our Facebook Live feed, shout out to Stan Morris. Appreciate you, Stan, for checking in on our live feed. I'm looking over here on the flyer. I see Tweens, Tweens, and it's completed 4th through 6th grade. And I'm seeing activities such as Build a Band, Keep Calm and Karaoke, Pancake Art, Tween Movie, Scavenger Hunt, Tie-Dye, and Magnetic Poetry. So definitely some interesting things for people in that age group.
Well, tweens are the children who are a little bit older. They're almost teenagers. They're not there yet, but they're almost there. And a lot of the things we do are a lot of fun, but when they get to be that 10, 11, 12 sort of age group, they want to do things that are a little bit more hands-on, something that they can really sink their teeth into, if you will. So we're doing Build a Band, where kids will get to use various household items to build their own instruments.
And then after that, could they form a band and maybe perform at one of the outdoor concerts?
Well, they could be like the band before the band, like the
preview. Be the opening act.
Be the opening act. That would be great. We're gonna keep calm and karaoke, where we encourage the tweens to come in. We're doing a lot of karaoke this summer, so tweens are gonna get to karaoke on the 21st. We're going to have a lip sync for your life. So that's when Miss Quabila and I could go to. But
okay.
Not really.
Well, Q, you heard that.
Not really, because it's for teens. But we could go and be supportive, and we could understand the value of lip sync for your life.
Y'all gotta put that on for the grown folks next year.
Maybe. Well, I'll throw it out there. And then karaoke. But you could get a good friend who's a good singer, and you could be the background singer who just lip syncs.
Or the dancer.
Or there you go.
A lot of musical acts these days have backup dancers. So.
We can be. I'm not a good dancer either, man.
You're just a great librarian.
Yeah, see, well, I can tell you about the things.
Q said I would cheer them on.
I'm sorry?
Q said I would cheer them on.
Me too. She and I. Lots of fun things, though, for these tweens. These events are held on the 14th, June 21st, June 28th. Again, go to libraryanjonesboro.org to see the times and specific dates and specific events. Then we have a lot of teen activities. Teens are those who have completed the 7th through 12th grade. So if you have a kiddo who has just finished 7th grade, and this is the perfect time to introduce them to the teen programs, get their feet wet over summer. But we do teen activities all throughout the year. Excuse me. But we will kick off our teen summer with a masquerade ball. Every year we did a superheroes ball. We've done a zombie prom. We've done a little bit of everything for the teens, but we're doing masquerade this year. And so the Wednesday before the Friday event, we'll actually provide the materials for kids, for these teens, to make their own mask. So we're having a masquerade mask making day, because everything we do is free, but we want to make it as economical as we can for them. So why not provide the materials so that they can be ready?
What kind of feedback do you get on all of these activities? Because we've talked about so many things. So when you all do these events, what do people tell you all about how much they enjoyed them?
For those who come, and we always wish that we had more attendees, which is why it's important to let people know about all the great things that we're doing this year. Those who come to our events really, really love them.
Let me ask you this: do you all ever like put out flyers in schools around so that the kids can know about the activities going on?
We do. Our librarians have gone into all of the schools that they could in the month of May. That's what we do in the month of May. In the children's library, our librarians go in teams of 2, and they go to the different classrooms, and they go classroom to classroom, and they talk to the kiddos. So in the past, what we've done every year is we have taken our lovely brochures and we have taken them into the schools, and we have sent them home with the kids. They go home in the backpacks. Mm-hmm. But what we were told by parents is they never see this. It doesn't make it home out of the backpack. It just wasn't getting in.
They weren't reading them.
They weren't getting it. So that's why we're mailing it this year. We're just trying something different. So if they're not getting it in the other fashion that we were doing it, we're going to do a different route to see if that makes a difference and people seeing it. That's why I keep saying, hey, check your mail. It's blue. It's awesome. It says summer on it. We want to make sure that people know that it's coming to them, and that they pull it out of their stack of mail and they read it. Because, you can't know about the events. You can't come to the events if you don't know what's going on. So we have a little something for everyone. As we mentioned, summer is not just for kids. It's for adults. It's for teens. It's for the whole family. We do several events, including the June 2nd kickoff event, as well as our summer concerts that are for the entire family. You don't have to have kids to come to these events. You don't have to you could be a grandparent. You could be a single person. You could be a parent. You could be anyone of any age to attend our June 2nd events or our concerts. And then when you open up the brochure, when you get it, at the top of each category, it will tell you who it's for, and then it breaks down that by age group or grade level.
Awesome. Let's kind of back up a little bit. I'm looking on this flyer. 4th of July week, y'all. It says a variety of special events to celebrate the holiday. Check our online calendar for details. So let's talk about what you all got planned for the 4th.
Let me pull that email. I know we're going to do a Lego and fingernail salon. We always do that together so the kiddos can get their nails painted and play Legos. They can do both. They can do one or the other. We do a lot of events that we have are designed to be for everyone, for all genders, all ages, is in the kids category. But let's see, we are going to do, pulling up my calendar because I did not have this email and had to have it resent to me.
That's
because
all good.
my email ate it.
Oh,
that happens
not
sometimes.
The email ate it.
I know.
Well, while Brandi pulls it out, once again, we are speaking with Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Public Library. Talking about the Summer Guide 2018, all of the events going on, and of course, all of these events are on their social media and on their website. You got the email?
I do. So on June 2nd, Monday, June 2nd, we're going to do bubbles and chalk at 10 a.m. outside. So we'll have chalk laid out, and we'll have
Did you say June?
July. I'm so sorry. Thank you for keeping me on top of things. July 2nd, bubbles and chalk at 10, and then bingo at 2. So if you can make it out in the morning and the afternoon, we would love to have you. If you can come for one or the other, it's whatever our families out there can make it to. And then on June 3rd, we're going to have painted fireworks outside. I'm not sure what painted fireworks are, but I'm sure it will be wonderful. I will get more information about that and put it on our website. Painted fireworks outside at 10, and then we're going to have a 4th of July party on July 3rd in the afternoon at 2. So we are closed on July 4th. So we won't have any activities going on because we won't be there, of course. So we'll be closed on July 4th. We'll reopen on Thursday, July 5th for that Lego and Nail Salon event at 10 a.m. and then board games at 2. And then Friday, July 6th, we're going to have a yoga and mindfulness event for kiddos with Miss Holland at 10 a.m. It is so fun to watch kids do yoga. They take it so seriously. They work so hard to make sure they're doing what the instructor says and getting in that right pose. And so that's a lot of fun. So the kiddos will get to have yoga on July 6th, and then that afternoon we'll have a 2 o'clock movie. And we do movies every Friday at 2 o'clock. So if you have
what
kiddos,
kind of movies?
It's family movies and per our license, we're not allowed to name the movies in a public format. But if you wanted to call or stop by the library once summer kicks off, we can tell you what the movies are, but we're not allowed to promote them by title.
Got you.
So, but every Friday in the summer, we're going to have movies at 2 o'clock starting till June 15th through July 27th. And it's just a family movie. We'll have some different...
Some of the classics, some new school stuff.
Yeah, just a little bit of everything. And then Family Fun Night, we spoke about the concerts. And, you know, kids, even I can get a little bored, not during our concerts, but during different activities, especially kids, though. You know, setting them down for an hour-long concert can sometimes, they'll get a little wiggly. And so every Tuesday night when we have a concert outside, inside, starting at 7, so halfway through the concert, we have Family Fun Night, where you can bring the kids in and they'll do a craft, they'll do a game, they'll do a fun activity.
Well, it definitely sounds good. Kind of just looking around.
Something else I want to talk about
go ahead.
Really awesome. Also on June 2nd, I totally forgot, so I'm sorry to be like, something
no,
else.
Good.
We have a book sale going on. Our friends of the library are going to have a sizzling summer sale. It's a book sale that'll be happening in the Friends of the Library bookshop. If you've not been to the library in a while, you'll come in either via Oak or Cherry Street, and then at the south end of the building is a bookshop. It has discarded books from the library. A lot of people, including myself, will come and bring donated books. I will go through my books every now and then and say, I'm so sorry. It's not that I don't love you, but I'm not going to read you again. And I'll donate it to the library. And then this bookshop, which is awesome, will resell those books. So they're gently used books that are looking for a new home. And so you'll find children's books, you'll find adult books, you'll find some DVDs. We have some audio books back there. We have magazines. People donate magazines, and we sell them for 10 cents a piece.
Awesome.
Those magazines.
Now, speaking of old books, I think before we got on the air, I think we were talking about a poetry event that involves old books, and I thought that was very interesting. Tell the listeners and the viewers about that.
So our teenagers are going to get to do blackout poetry, and that's where you take a book page or a magazine page or the written word, take a page, and you take a Sharpie, or I've even seen where they'll take pieces of paper and glue them down over different words. But you want to mark out the words that you don't want to use and leave the words that you do want to use and create your own poem.
I can just only imagine the possibilities. Like I was saying off the air, take a newspaper article about a current political story and just make a poem out of it.
You can make a poem out of anything. It's just, I think what they usually do at events I've been to like this in the past is they want you to look at it first and go ahead and pick out your words. Don't just start, marking stuff out. Pick out the words and maybe even jot it down on another piece of paper and then go ahead and start marking it out. It's just a fun way to recycle books. We'll have some books in the library every now and then that have come back to us and they're not in the best shape sometimes, and we'll have to discard them and order a new copy of that book. And so what better way to give that book another life than to use it for something like this?
Absolutely. And Quabila says blackout poetry is cool. And speaking of poetry, I'm seeing on here in the tweens section, magnetic poetry. It says find the words that speak to you.
So I don't know if you've seen those kits you can get at Barnes & Noble and different places that is a little box of just different words on magnets. And so that's what we're going to do. They'll get to take those different words, different magnetic words, and they'll get to create their own poetry.
See, lots of hands-on stuff. So you get to interact with books, you get to read, and you get to just use your hands. It's just a win-win all the way around.
Well, and when you look at it, you look at the create your own band, build a band. We're taking recyclable materials and we're using those to build instruments. And so we're teaching kids that you don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have specific things sometimes to have fun. You can take things that you just have around the house. So teens are going to get to do a macrame earbuds event. My headphones are constantly tangled, but so many of us have different kinds of colored string laying around the house, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to take embroidery floss and they're going to weave it in a way to put it around their earbuds so that they won't tangle. So there are so many things that you can do, and you can even attend a library program and say, well, that's something that's really neat that I could do with the kids I babysit, or I could do that with my kids when we're home on a rainy Saturday, or do it at a family reunion if you have a bunch of kids and you're looking for something fun for the kids to sit down and do to keep them entertained. We do all of these things, and so many of them we do at a very low cost because we use things we already have.
Let's talk about the pancake art.
So have you seen the different artists that put different colored pancake batter in like a mustard or a ketchup squeeze
I have
bottle?
not, but that's why I asked about it. It definitely seems interesting.
So there's so many great artists you can find on Instagram and different places. Dr. Dan, I think, is one of them, who creates these beautiful pieces. He'll do celebrities, or he'll do art of cartoon characters, but he'll do pancake art using pancake batter and a hot skillet and create just amazing pieces. I mean, the pancake art my parents did was they would use cookie cutters and just draw hearts. Or my mom is very well known for her smiley faces when I was little with pancake art. So the kids are just going to get to experiment with a little something that maybe they've not ever gotten to do before, or people haven't heard of before.
So has anyone ever did this, took a picture of their art, then ate it?
Oh, all the time.
I can imagine. All right, shrinky art. That looks interesting. It says make art and shrink it for jewelry or a keychain.
So did you ever do shrinky dinks when you were a kid?
I never even heard of it.
Shrinky dinks were like a plastic material. You draw on it, and then you use a heat surface like a hair dryer or something to shrink it down small. And so that's what the kids are going to get to do. But I've posted all of these events as events on our Facebook page. And I've had several adults comment, why is this just for teenagers? Which we totally understand. And maybe we could possibly do an adult event in the future, because shrinky dinks were around... they were around in the 80s and the 90s.
And I imagine you have some people who feel nostalgic.
Oh, of course.
About stuff like that. And not only that, adulting, as they call it, can be very stressful. So
it is stressful.
So sometimes, us grown folks need something to just kind of take our mind off the stress and the hustle and bustle of life. And we see kids have fun, and sometimes we want to get in on that.
Yeah, we have the drum circle and mindfulness for the teens, just going over a couple of their events. And they're going to have shibori dyeing, where teens will need to bring something white, a pillowcase, a t-shirt, a pair of socks, for them to. We'll provide the dyeing equipment, but they'll need to bring whatever it is they want to dye. They're going to do string art graffiti, where they take and they use string to create a design over a canvas, and then we'll do spray paint, string, and tape is how it's described. We haven't spoken at all about our offsite events, and those are super fun, so we'll talk about those.
All right, definitely we'll talk about them on the other side of the break. We are speaking with Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Public Library, talking about all of the events for this summer 2018. We're going to get ready to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back. This is Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. One of the challenges facing many of us, especially if we're considered better off than our family or peers, is the misplaced need to always say yes when people ask for financial favors. Many people feel obligated to give, pay, and lend even when they can't afford it. And unfortunately, such people are usually surrounded by family and friends, including parents and children, all too willing to take advantage. One of the most important mental adjustments we must make as we learn to change our relationship with money and build wealth is to learn to just say no to chronic takers. In fact, your constant help may be helping them to become more dependent, which is bad for them and for you. Resist chronic takers who would exploit your generosity. As a wise person once lovingly told me, you can lean on me, but you can't lay on me. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by the Gears Foundation, a nonprofit organization providing students with assistance in their academic and career pursuits. Gears Foundation on Facebook, Gears_Inc. on Instagram, and the Gears Foundation at gmail.com.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Meineke of Jonesboro is now Starks Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. Starks Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro, 870-204-7112. Starks Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
Teresa Beck, owner of Full Sun Gifts, 606 Southwest Drive in Jonesboro, is a proud supporter of KLEK. Full Sun Gifts offers a variety of gift ideas such as candles, fragrances, bath and body products, makeup, cosmetics, skincare, and more for birthdays, weddings, holidays, and all occasions. Details at Full Sun Gifts on Facebook and Instagram and 870-974-8480.
The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated was established on January 1st, 1977, originally serving Blytheville, Arkansas, and now serving Jonesboro, Blytheville, Osceola, Marion, and West Memphis, Arkansas. Today, the chapter continues to make an impact by focusing on Alpha's national community outreach initiatives such as My Brother's Keeper, A Voteless People is a Hopeless People, Go to High School, Go to College, Project Alpha, Boy Scouts, and the March of Dimes. The Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is committed to Alpha's mission of developing leaders, promoting brotherhood and academic excellence, while providing service and advocacy to the community. More information about the Mu Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated is available at MOL Alphas on Facebook or via email at molalphas@gmail.com.
Tune in to Community Conversations every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. here on KLEK 102.5 FM. Join host Quabila Jones as she talks to people who are making a difference in the community and learn about the people and organizations that provide services to make Jonesboro a better place. Community Conversations every Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. on KLEK 102.5 FM. The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
First Baptist Church, 700 Kitchen Street in Jonesboro, Reverend Curtis R. Wilson, pastor, presents Spring Revival. The revival will be held Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, May 29th through 31st, 2018. Praise and worship service begins each night at 7 o'clock p.m. Reverend Dr. Dwight D. Townsend, pastor of Longley Baptist Church in Little Rock, is the evangelist for the 3-night service. The public is invited.
Centennial Bank, member FDIC, is a customer-focused bank that provides a broad range of commercial and retail banking and related financial services to businesses, investors, individuals, and municipalities. Centennial Bank has 9 locations in Northeast Arkansas. 870-268-2300. www.my100bank.com.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
And we're back on Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM with our guest, Brandi Hodges of the Craighead County Public Library. And we're talking about all of the events for this coming summer of 2018. And now we're going to talk about the off-site events that are going on.
So we talked a lot about the events we have going at the library, but not everyone can make it to the library. And so in addition to the fact that not everyone can make it, not everyone will make it to the library. Maybe, like you mentioned at the beginning of the show, they just see us as a place with books, and we do have books, and they're great, but they don't see us as more than that. And so we offer these off-site programs every Wednesday in June and July, starting on June 13th. And what they are is we bring outside performers in to do 2 shows every Wednesday. So we'll start out with Magic Mr. Nick at the Parker Park Community Center at 10 a.m. And then his show, the same exact show, will move to the mall at Turtle Creek at 2. So if you can make it out in the morning, we'll be at Parker Park. If you can make it in the afternoon, we'll be at the mall at Turtle Creek. Magic Mr. Nick is a wonderful performer. He came to us during spring break this year, and he brings not a rabbit, but a chicken. As part of his show. He's allergic to rabbits, and so he has
he wouldn't get along with Lola.
No, he and Lola couldn't be friends. I try to limit how much cuddling I do before I'm going to be interacting with Magic Mr. Nick. So, but he is such a great performer, great magician. Then on June 20th, we have the Activated Story Theater. It's a husband and wife duo, and every year she puts her entire body through a tennis racket. She's tiny, but she just
wow.
It's a sight to see. They always perform folk tales, and so they don't just tell the story, but they act it out, full costumes and everything. They'll be doing, our theme is Libraries Rock, so they're doing tuneful tales. They'll have Boy Who Wanted a Drum and The Hat Seller and the Monkey. So come out on June 20th for that. On June 27th, we have Mom and Pop. We've never had them before, but it's a husband and wife duo who perform songs. And so I've listened to some of them on their website, and they seem like they're a lot of fun. We skip July 4th week because the Wednesday falls on July 4th, and so we won't be there that day. We'll come back on July 11th with Bob Tarter from the Natural History Educational Company of the Mid-South. He's a biologist from Tennessee who his goal in life with his business is to educate kids and their families about animals they otherwise wouldn't have the opportunity to interact with. He has 2 kangaroos, he's got a bobcat, he brings snakes, he's got a Gila monster.
Do people ever be afraid of some of the
Sometimes
animals?
he's wrapped 2 boa constrictors around my neck at the same time. So I didn't love that, you know.
But you got through it.
I got through it. The pictures on my Instagram page, I look like I'm terrified, and I was. But that is June 11th. We have Super Science. We have Mr. Steven, who will come and do a science demonstration. It's not just telling you about science, it's showing you science, and that's a lot of fun on July 18th. We wrap up summer on July 25th with the Kinders in concert. We'll have an evening concert on Tuesday the 24th at 6, and then we have the Kinders on the 25th on that Wednesday.
All right, so definitely a lot of events coming up for this summer. We got about 2 minutes, Brandi. So anything that we didn't cover, or just anything else you want to highlight or touch on for what you all got going?
Since it is our first year doing this, we want to remind everyone, come out June 2nd from 10 until 2. All throughout that day, we have fun activities for all ages. Come get signed up for Summer Reading Club. It is different this year, the way we're doing it. And so, you know, we're going to be there to explain it to you, and we'll even have some computers out there that you can sign up with. Summer this year, kids who finish get a t-shirt that says Ida the Hedgehog Rocks. Adults will get some color-changing cups. And we also will have color-changing cups to give out to the kiddos at our summer concert series. So, you know, everything we do is free. That's the main thing I want people to go home with is if you're looking for something fun to do this summer, you don't have to spend any money. You can just come to the library.
And they've got things for all ages. They got family, school-age kids, tweens, teenagers, adults. They've got it all. And, of course, all of this information is on the Craighead County Public Library, website and on their Facebook page. And as Brandi said earlier, they have Facebook events for each and every one of these activities. So you can go on there. You can say that you're interested. You can say that you're going. You can leave feedback, ask questions, leave comments. But check them out because they work hard to bring these events to you.
We do, and it's a lot of fun. Everything we do, we gear it towards these different age groups. We try to include something for everyone. So when you get this brochure in the mail, look through it. Circle the things you want to attend. Go and click that you're interested or that you're going on our Facebook events, and make the library part of your summer.
Definitely. Well, Brandi, we want to thank you for stopping by the studio. Next time you come on, Quabila will be back, and it'll be fun times for you all again, but I definitely enjoyed talking with you, and thank you for stopping by the studio, and thank you to each and every one of you that tuned in. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We've got lots of great music coming up all throughout the day. This is KLEK 102.5 FM.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. A program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.